Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to talk about the abuse that I've been through so far this morning here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, from the people that are still involved in this abuse that I've been put through. So I went to MacArthur Square this morning and I was stalked on the road all the way to MacArthur Square, and I was stalked all the way home by traffic on the road, all different kinds of vehicles, all there to put me through some kind of psychological abuse. I was also stalked as I walked around the shopping centre by people who were all there to carry out some kind of cruel psychological abuse also, based on the things that I have done and said in my home. Then when I got home, I was stalked by two of the neighbours, and what these neighbours do is they make sure they place themselves on my path as I'm either leaving the house or when I'm arriving home. They track my vehicle, they watch my phone, they view into my home illegally, and they also track me because I have this chip in, this implant chip in my body that tells them where I am at all times. So they know when I'm getting home, which gives them the opportunity to set things up. And I even, I wrote in my phone this morning actually that I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people are letting themselves into my home when I leave my home. Because this landlord, I would not trust this landlord. This landlord has been trying to end my life by using these neighbours to do so. And they would have a key to my home. So it would be quite easy for them to be able to let themselves in. They know when I'm leaving, when I'm arriving home. They're watching everything I do in my home. And I happened to write in my phone this morning how I thought that there might be neighbours letting themselves in my home when I leave the house. So, and the one that I mentioned in my phone, that's the one that stalked me. So she wanted to try and cause me anger. You know, it's pretty difficult not to get angry when you know that there's someone viewing into your home every single moment of the day, and they're stalking you, and they're also watching your phone illegally and everything that you write in your phone. So she knew that I wrote that in my phone this morning. She knew that. So what she did was she placed herself on the path between my home and her home, just to try and cause me anger, or to try and, you know, play mind games about the fact that I think that there's someone coming into my home when I'm not here. So that's why she did that. And it was her and another neighbour that must have been tracking my vehicle. And, you know, these people can turn around and say, look, we're allowed to stand out the front of our house or whatever. Yes, you are allowed to do that. You are, but you're not allowed to view into my home illegally, and you're not allowed to watch my phone illegally. That's the thing, okay? And I know that you're doing that. And I know that you did that because you knew that I thought that someone was letting themselves into my home, and you wanted to make me worry about that. And look, that's what these people want me to do. They want me to worry. They want me to be frightened to leave my home. And, you know I take a risk every time I go out. I know I do. I don't know what these people are doing. So I do take a risk when I leave the house, but the thing is, I'm not going to let these people hold me a prisoner in my home. I'm really not. So that is why I still go out, you know. But there's always that chance that I'm going to come home and something's not going to be right. But I do think that there could be someone who has let themselves into my home in the past, and also my vehicle when it's been parked at one of these shopping centres. So that's what happened, and I wasn't going to make a video about it. I really wasn't, but I just thought, no, I'm going to, because the creep that lives diagonally to me just started breathing cigarette smoke into my home, and, you know, I really don't want to sit here in my home and breathe this disgusting thing's breath or his cigarette smoke. So St George Community Housing, I'd really appreciate it if you would control your mentally disturbed tenant, and he would have to be mentally disturbed to be able to be as cruel as he has been. You've only got to see what this person has done on my channel to see how cruel he is, to see how much he stalks me. And, you know, you've only got to see that he hasn't left his home in 2 years because of the stalking and harassment he's putting me through. And if he has left his home, it's only been for a very short time. So he rarely leaves his home. I've seen him leave his home once, and that time it was only to put me through psychological abuse because I had said on that day on my channel that he doesn't leave his house. So someone come and picked him up and took him out for a short while, and then he was straight back. He's always viewing in my home. He never stops. So he was just breathing into my home. This person takes bribes from people to abuse me. This person is a known predator to women, and he's viewing into my bathroom and my bedroom, and he was just breathing smoke into my house. So I don't know if anyone can imagine what that's like. It is so, it's just so horrible having someone doing that, because it's like he's breathing down my neck. It really is, because when he breathes this cigarette smoke into my home, it takes over my whole home, and he's doing it through his range hood that's been rigged by St George Community Housing. So that's why I'm making this video, because I just want to ask St George Community Housing to do something about this person immediately. And if he does it again, I'll be back on my channel talking about it, because I'm not sitting here breathing the air from his home. I don't know what's in that air. I don't know what he has. You could be sending anything through into my home. I've had people give me COVID on purpose through this abuse. So I don't know what you are sending into my home, St George Community Housing. You're allowing 3 people to abuse me for the last 5.5 years. I started talking to you about it 2 years ago now, over 2 years ago. You have known that there are neighbours tampering with my air for over a year now, and you have done nothing to fix these range hoods or to do anything about these people. So my channel is my only protection. When I got home from the shop, I was being stalked by the Campbelltown police in my home as well. So there's no one to call for help. So if he breathes into my home again, I have every right to protect myself on my channel from whatever he's sending through, because that air does not belong in my home. I don't know what's in it. So do something about him, please. Thank you for listening. If you've listened to this video, if there's anyone out there that can help me to bring more awareness to what I'm going through here, I'd really appreciate it. If you can help me to get justice in any way, my email will be in the description box of this video. I need to get an AVO on these people, or I need them to be caught for what they've been doing, because they stalk every single move I make. And they're desperate people right now because of what they've done. So thank you again if you've listened to this video.